progressive internationalism perspective envisions Africa's liberation from imperialism through unity, economic self-reliance, and sovereignty. It emphasizes the dismantling of neo-colonial structures and advocates for African unity and the nationalization of key industries to benefit the continent's people. Additionally, it calls for solidarity with global leftist movement to resist capitalist exploitation while promoting Africa's leadership in a progressive multipolar world order. The economy state-led industrialization. This perspective addresses the crisis of unemployment and poor economic growth with a focus on transferring the wealth to the black working class and African majority. The discussion document rejects privatization and advocates for a state-led industrialization agenda that prioritizes infrastructure development, the nationalization of strategic sectors, and transition to state-led energy production. Central to this vision is the call for the nationalization of the South African Reserve Bank and finalization of the EFF private member bill before Parliament to transfer the ownership of the current central bank from the hands of few minority into the custody of the state to ensure that monetary policy is aligned with the developmental needs of the majority and addresses the abnormality of private ownership of the central bank in the world when overwhelming majority of banks are owned by the government on behalf of the people. Furthermore, the appointment of the governor and the deputy governors of the Reserve Bank must be made by Parliament through a transparent process with interviews held publicly, similar to the process of appointing judges, ensuring that the leadership of the central bank is accountable to the people and reflects the democratic will of the nation. It also emphasizes the strengthening of the South African revenue services to combat illicit financial flows, which deprive the country of much-needed resources for transformation. Furthermore, the perspective emphasizes the importance of transformation of the national treasury as critical. As in the hands of reactionary forces, this institution has been used to undermine efforts to transfer wealth to the African majority. This document also called for the increasing of corporate tax to ensure that the big businesses contribute fairly to the development of the country and for reducing the value-added tax VAT back to 14%, relieving the burden on ordinary South Africans. On state capacity, the perspective stresses the importance of a capable state in driving economic transformation and delivering essential services. The document advocates for building a developmental state that manages infrastructure, maintains public assets, and directs strategic sectors through state-owned enterprises. Insourcing essential services and abolishing tenders are key proposals to ensure that public procurement stimulates local industries and creates jobs, making the state the primary driver of national development. On governance, the perspective focuses on the EFF's goal of capturing political power to transform the economy and emancipate the black majority. It highlights the party's experience with coalition politics and the failures of post-apartheid governance, particularly in addressing economic inequalities. The EFF remains committed to revolutionary principles while grappling with the practical governance challenges, proposing strategic power sharing, effective service delivery, and structural reforms to uplift marginalized communities. On justice, peace, and security, the perspective says, grounded in a Marxist analysis of the state, this perspective critiques the post-apartheid justice system as serving bourgeoisie's interest. The documents highlight the tension between constitutional supremacy and parliamentary sovereignty, suggesting that the judiciary's strong review powers hinder transformative change. Proposals include the strengthening of the